What's up guys, welcome back to another video of me, Silver7, and today my friends, we are back with another tutorial on the game Sker Ritual, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete the main Easter egg for the map Sewers of the Dead. Alongside this Easter egg, I'll also be showing you guys how to complete the super duper secret Easter egg in order to earn yourself a permanent seal towards the God Killer. If you only need help through the super Easter egg, then I will put a card on the screen now, and this will allow you to skip forward. Let's get into this. In order to start the first step of the Easter egg, we have to get to the Plague wonderweapon and purchase it. When you first spawn into the map, you'll notice that you're inside of the rat's nest. Interestingly enough, this map adds a new mechanic. In order to get through the set of doors, you have to damage the hive. To damage the hive, simply shoot at it or melee it. The hive will begin to explode. Now you can buy the door and you'll be able to access the next area. As you continue to leave the rat's nest, go through the train, destroy all of the hives, and eventually you will reach a box. Now you must interact with this box. Once you have, the hag enemy type will now spawn. You must take out 5 hags in order for this box to give you the wonder weapon. Once you successfully kill 5 hags, the wonder weapon will be there for you to purchase. Now we have this wonder weapon, we need to use it in order to access more areas of the map. On various doors around the map, you'll notice a green shell. You must use the Plague wonder weapon to shoot this shell, and eventually it will open up. It will become a hive, shoot the hive, and the door will be able to be purchased. Now for our first proper step of the Easter egg. We must use the Plague wonder weapon in order to access the bottom levels of the radio tower. Now we can access the radio tower, we need to get to the bottom level. Once you reach the bottom, you'll get an audio quote. Now you need to clear the radio tower of all of the rat nests. So run around the radio tower and look for these green pods. Shoot them with the Plague wonder weapon to destroy them. You must shoot 8 in total, and although there isn't any on the middle level at the start, once you've reached the bottom, it seems like some will spawn in. The pods you need to shoot are only in the radio tower. Once you successfully clear the radio tower of all the rat's nests and the hives, you will get an audio quote and you are on to the next step. For our next step of the Easter egg, we must now locate 4 different keys. Each key has its own quest, and they can be done in any order. However, for the sake of this video, we're going to start with the train station quest. So to begin this quest, head over to the Sker Island train station. Here you will see a ticket printer. Interact with this printer and it will spawn in speed freaks. You must take out 3 of these guys and they will drop coins. However, it won't just spawn in 3, it will spawn in quite a few. So make sure that you are well equipped, otherwise you could go down here. As you begin to collect coins, add them to the ticket printer. Once you've put 3 coins into the ticket printer, a circle will spawn. Stand in this circle and the ticket will start to print. Once the ticket has been printed, head down to the sewers. You must use the Plague wonder weapon to open the section that leads towards the catacombs where you can find the weapon upgrade machine. As you access this area, you will notice that there are rats on the floor that do damage to you. Shoot this with the Plague and it will make them go away. Inside of the catacombs you'll find different briefcases, and you need to find one which has tiles for a combination in it. You can't mess this up, so just open all the briefcases. Once you find the briefcase with symbols in it, this is going to be your code. You need to memorize this code and put it into the slot machine found inside of the second class coach. The order is as you see, left to right. So add this exactly as you see it in your game, memorize your symbols and add them to the slots. Once you've done this step successfully, you'll be able to access a room inside of the train. Inside of this room, you'll be able to collect your first chamber key. Now we're going to get our quest for the second chamber key. To do this, we want to go to the radio tower clearing. Once we're here, we want to go over to the radio tower and interact with the electrical box. Once you've done this successfully, you'll get the new objective. Now you need to shoot the radio tower. Above the radio tower, you will see circles with different colours, red, green and blue. You have to shoot these targets in a combination. Now if you're not sure how to do this, I'm going to show you how. If you look at the generator in front of you, you'll see that it has coloured lights. For example, mine had red, green and blue, which meant I had to shoot the red circle first, then the green circle, and then I had to shoot my final target, which was the blue circle. It's also good to note that it doesn't matter where the circles are when you shoot them. Even though they're moving, it doesn't matter. If you do get this wrong, don't worry, just give it a second and it will start again. Make sure you check that the combination hasn't changed. Once you've shot the first combination, you now need to move to the next generator. Look at the colours again and shoot in the same order. Once you've done that one, rinse and repeat, you're on to the final generator and do the same thing. Look at the combination, memorize it, shoot those in the right order, and then you have completed this step. Now head back to the electrical box that you interacted with to get the quest. You can now obtain your second chamber key. Now we are going to begin the quest for the third chamber key. To do this, head over to the first class coach. You'll notice a new door that you can open. Open this door and pick up the headgear. This will begin the quest for the third chamber key. Now you want to go back to the catacombs near the weapon upgrade station. In the far left hand corner you will locate a box. Interact with this box and the shutters will come down, and now you can put the headgear onto a zombie. You must escort this zombie over to the radio tower clearing. You can either make this zombie walk really slow, or you can pay 500 points and he will do a bit of running. It will cost you roughly 5k to get him from one side of the map to the other. But once you successfully escort him to where he needs to go, you now need to interact with two different valves. One on the left and one on the right. Once you successfully do this, the water in the sewers will now drain. Now that the water is drained, go and collect the third chamber key. Once you've done this, you've completed this side of the quest. It's now time to obtain the final chamber key. Now head over to the sewer chambers where you will find a zombie attached to the wall. Once you start this quest for the fourth key, you will need to find zombies just like this one around the map. You need to shoot these zombies with the plague. This step is timed, so you have to do it as fast as possible, so I highly suggest getting yourself Stallion's Juice, especially if you're doing this solo. These are the locations. The first zombie location is the one that gave you the quest, inside the sewer chambers. Another zombie can be located at the cove walkway, located in the corridor next to the weapon upgrade station. The third zombie location is behind the ticket printer inside of the little hut at the Sker Island train station. And our final location is just outside the second class coach. Once you successfully get all these zombies in the required time, you can now head back to the spawn room and you'll be able to shoot a purple pod. Upon shooting this pod, the King of the Rats boss will spawn. So I highly suggest that you have yourself set up with at least a tier 1 weapon and the Elixir of Life perk, some decent miracles, and also a revive token. Once you take out this boss, you will get your fourth and final chamber key. Now head back to the radio station and go to the bottom level. You'll be able to open these doors with all of the 4 chamber keys you've collected. However, you won't be able to teleport because you now need to get a canister. To get this canister, now head back up to the middle section of the radio tower. You'll notice a machine and a zombie that's holding a canister. You will also have a circle indicator around this. You must now get kills inside of this circle and it will move. So as it moves, you must also move with it and get kills. Once you successfully get enough kills, you'll be able to pick up the canister. You are now onto the boss fight. Head back down to the bottom floor and put the canister into the chamber. Once you successfully add this to the chamber, you will then be able to teleport. As soon as you teleport, you will be in the boss fight arena. You will see a huge stranger boss and you must now go up to it and shoot it. I recommend using the plague wonder weapon. Although it's not that great against regular zombies, it seems to be really good against the boss. Once you get him down by core of his health, you must now avoid the abominations and go underneath the arena. This arena essentially mimics the brain of the stranger. So now you need to find little cysts that are inside of this arena and open fire on them, while also being really careful not to get killed by abominations and influxes of zombies. There will only be one cyst at a time, so run around and look for one of these. Then open fire and damage these cysts. Once you've done that, go back to the top of the arena and you will see that the stranger has come back. Now you can further deplete his health, so pull out your plague wonder weapon and shoot the stranger. Once you take him down by another quarter of his health, you must go back underground and look for one more cyst. Now you've located this cyst, you must do as you did before, damage it until it's gone. Now return to the top of the arena and the stranger will reappear. Open fire with the plague wonder weapon and you would have successfully defeated the stranger. Now you have a choice. You can either stay or leave the level. If you wish to leave the level and complete the Easter egg, then you can do that. But if you're interested in the super duper Easter egg and you want to earn a seal for the God Killer, then I have you covered in this tutorial. Let's get into the super Easter egg. So your first step for the Easter egg is to go over to the God Killer machine inside of the boss arena. Once you've interacted with this, the stranger will spawn next to the machine. You must shoot this guy and it will begin a hide and seek Easter egg. There are 6 possible locations and I'll leave these down in the description down below, and I'll also try to show you as many of them as I can in this video. There is a location for the stranger in the radio tower clearing on some rocks behind the radio tower. Another location is in the forest path, however I shot this one when I was near the second class coach. There is a dedicated one near the first class coach on some rocks. dogs. Another location for the stranger is inside of the sewer entrance south. Another possible location is inside of the water room. The final stranger location is inside of the catacombs. Those are all the possible locations for the stranger. Although I don't have footage of each of them being shot, hopefully this should help you narrow down where he is in your game. Now that you shot the stranger 3 times, head over to the first class coach and you'll see this cage with the seal in it. Interact with this cage and a Bala will spawn. Your job is now to kill the Bala. Once you kill the Bala, you're on to the next step. Now head over to where you get the Plague Wonder Weapon. You're going to see a button on a pedestal with north, east, west and south on it. In each direction you will see a symbol. For example, on north you might see a cat, on west you might see a Spartan. Around the map there are 4 different statues. Each statue has a letter on it. This signifies north, east, west and south. I'm going to show you the location of each of these statues. Your job is to assign the correct symbol at each statue. The location of each of these are: there is a cat statue at the Sker train station. A cat statue can be located next to the radio tower clearing. Another cat statue can be found in the second class coach. And our final cat statue can be found in the sewer entrance west. Now you know the locations, let's assign some of the symbols. So in my game, the north symbol is a Spartan. So I go to the statue with an N on it and I set it to the Spartan symbol. I head back to the podium and I see that my symbol has now lit up. This is an indicator that we did this step correctly. Now we need to do this for the further 3 symbols and the further 3 statues. So I look at my east symbol and I see that it's of 2 dogs. So I head over to the statue with east on it and I look for the symbol. I find the 2 dogs and I set it to that. Once I do this, I return to the podium to see that it's now lit up. Now I memorize my symbol for south as Medusa. So I head over to the statue with south on it. Once again, I turn the statue to face the Medusa symbol. I head back and now it's lit up. Now I memorize my final symbol, which is a bird. This is for my west statue. So I head to my statue with the west symbol on it and I set it to the bird. Once you have successfully assigned all 4 symbols, you will get a confirmation noise. Now head back and interact with a button. This will now spawn the Bala of Undying. Your job is once again to take out the Bala. Once you've done this successfully, we'll get to the next step. It can get a bit dicey around here, so I highly suggest you have decent weapons and a decent amount of perks. Once you've done this successfully, now head back to spawn where you will find a lamb. You must escort this lamb through the map. At points this lamb will stop and it will summon zombies. Your job is to escort this back to the electric cage. As soon as this lamb reaches the electric cage, another Bala of Undying will spawn. Once you successfully kill the Bala, head back to the electric cage and the door will now be open. Now you can pick up the seal for the God Killer. Now head back to the boss arena and put the seal into the God Killer. Once you've done this, now the boss fight is as usual. However, instead of having abominations spawn, you'll have a ton of Balas spawn. I highly suggest that you be really careful around these guys as they can one-hit kill you. Make sure your team have plenty of revive tokens, especially if you're doing this on hardcore difficulty. I'd assume you know how to do this boss fight, but if you don't, then just go back on the tutorial as I already explained how to do it. I'd also assume you already know that, since that's why you're looking at this tutorial for the super Easter egg. If you want to keep this seal for the God Killer, you must leave the level. Otherwise, if you don't successfully leave it, then you will not earn the seal permanently. Also, it's good to note that you won't get access to the God Killer even if this is your last seal until you do your next Easter egg. Anyways guys, that is it for the super Easter egg tutorial for this map, the Sewers of the Dead. It's an absolutely awesome map. I absolutely enjoyed this map when I played it. It's one of my favorites. If you do like this video, then please make sure to smash that like button, and if you would like some more Sker ritual tutorials, then please make sure to check them out on my channel. Anyways guys, I will have all the latest and greatest news coming to this game in the future. Anyways guys, I was showing you've been absolutely awesome, and I shall see you in my next video.